Hey bug, just because I'm a mate of hooks, I'm gonna help you up. Flick you over. So apparently these wee guys seem to do this quite a bit. Like, I'm trying to help you, mate. But I'm also a bit squeamish with wee bugs and beetles. Look at him, he's lovely colours. There he goes.
Oh yeah, and I do think I actually met my first tick this morning. It was in my shoe. Gorgeous start of the morning, walking through a fern jungle. See, I think Sugarloaf over in the distance. But beautiful start of the morning, walking along the river. And there's hikers, my god, making their way through this jungle. Wow, if you're paranoid about ticks, this would not suit you at all. At least you can see the trail at least. I've seen worse overgrownness in trails. I'm just glad it's on the flat. Nice way to start the day, ease into having the rucksack on. I'm busted already. Always find day 2 a wee bit difficult. So I got my grumpy head on. I'm waiting to try and hopefully find my stride. Took some rubbish away from the campsite that somebody else had left. There's no bins anywhere in this trail. So I don't know where I'll get rid of those. There's the Powerscrourt waterfall, and by the noise down there it sounds like they're either doing a reenactment or they're actually doing some filming for another, what sounds from the noise to be some Vikingsy type thing. I'm actually delighted to be here. I didn't think we were going to get to it for a while longer, and I was a grumpy bollocks all the way up there through Crone Woods. Really feeling it in my body today, and I'm having to get in the zone just to get up hills and one foot in front of the other. But yes, epic views from here, Sugarloaf Mountain. Just lovely, thick forest, deciduous trees all down here. The waterfall, my girlfriend. Oh, the mind game. If anybody thinks doing a through hike is just putting one foot in front of the other, it's just walking. It ain't. Sometimes you gotta dig down really deep and just know that whatever you're feeling is not going to last. I'll get out of the sucky thing. Get out of being a grumpy bollocks. So I am wrecked still. Not very comfortable, but this is beautiful. So we're walking up through the top of Powerscrourt, like a kind of cliff edge, I suppose, looking down over the valley, which is absolutely lovely. And this will take us towards the Dargle River, which was one of the potential camping spots. If we did a longer day yesterday, we would have camped by the Dargle River. There are benches. There are very few benches apart on this trail so far we've seen, but there are benches with beautiful views just when you get into this section, and I would definitely think it's a great spot to sit and dry your feet out and have a coffee or something. Really nice. The sun's threatening to come out here. We actually went down to the Dargle, down to the Waxy's Dargle. So we just finished the Powerscrourt section, coming along that wee cliff, which is absolutely stunning. This is the path then that takes it down to the Dargle, little bridge down there, crossover, and now I'm assuming then we have to then ascend up that track beside the wall, do a wee left, and then there's, I don't know if you can make it out, there's like a kind of trail up here. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Luckily we don't have to go over Djouce mountain, but skirt round the side of it, but that's still a lot of, probably the most climb, most ascent in a day probably, I imagine. But it'll be a big thing to actually have done that. I think we've been walking for, how long have we been walking for? An hour and a half. So, Djouce. Having some sustenance, so we've got couscous, soy chunks, some dried onion thrown in there. That worked last night for me. It tasted delicious, and I would happily eat that for 5 days solid. Got a wee coffee bag in there brewing, and I think coffee bags might be for the win. I usually use my wee drip filter, but it's just a bit more faffy. At least I can do this, and this is my argument against waterproof boots, pro waterproof socks, is I can turn these inside out and dry them out. Definitely for having flip-flops or something like that with you to air your feet out and let them dry. Potentially walk in too, but I don't know if I'm going to take on Djouce in my flip-flops. So that was enough couscous that I made with the soy chunks, sort of doubled it all up almost. So I've actually eaten half it and there's plenty, and I've got my wee GSI Infinity mug and put my spoon in there ready for some snacks later on. Yas, for the win. Yeah, midges. Try not to let them take away from the beauty. But yeah, feeling way better now. Spirits lifted from having some food in me. Had a coffee. Got my feet dried out because they were soaked. Just looking after those things is so important. I think that's half the battle, is just addressing those things as you go, when you can, as you can. It's the little things. Simple happiness. Yeah, I'm going to deploy the walking poles. So I was actually thinking, I haven't used the walking poles today, and were they another wasted thing? But I'm definitely going up Djouce. They may come into their own there, especially. But I was also reflecting on, I think, you know, there's only so much training you could probably do for something like this. You know, you might be somebody who's into going hill walking regularly anyway, and that'll, you know, you'll have some better fitness for it or mentality for it. But I think the biggest thing is keep that weight down. Keep the weight down. But if you use the walking poles more, then that's not 400 grams in my pack. That's 400 grams that will help me get up a hill. So, be good. So that is the spot that I would have camped if I'd done all of this in day one. And I also was just thinking, big thanks to Derek Cullen. Like, I would not know where the Dargle River is or know much about Wicklow or the Dublin Mountains or anything if it wasn't for Derek Cullen. And big shout out to Derek. Love and peace and healing. Unfortunately, Derek got bitten by a tick and it has Lyme, and also is dealing with the shingles now too. So sending you love and peace and healing, Derek, and many thanks and love for you sharing all the journeys that you've been on. And I would not know about these places if it wasn't. I'm eternally grateful. Thank you. So definitely feeling better, got my sense of humour back. I was a miserable bastard earlier. Even though we're going up now, probably one of the steepest ascents of the hike. But I actually did break out the poles, and I'm like, yes, these are helping. Even mentally, they're helping, not physically. And I can appreciate the beauty again. And there's lovely light coming through in the shadows of the clouds, just moving across the side there. Oh, lovely. Lovely views. We're sort of halfway up the ascent to go up Djouce. That's great. All of these sheepses you're just chilling, like unperturbed by the humanoids. Convert's taken 23 years to convert me. Converted 400 grams worth every of those 400 grams. Definitely. It's windy, but we've made it to the side of Djouce. Don't know if you can hear me. It's very windy, but we've made it to the side of Djouce, the mountain there. But we are through hikers, so we walk past the summit. Doesn't mean we're lazy, just sensible. Oh, would you look at that? The beauty. Juicy. So we found a beautiful water spot, another little stream that seems to be naturally getting filtered through sphagnum moss. And it's basically once you get past the side of Djouce and then you're making your way up White Hill before Lough Tay, and you're actually walking up what seems like a river to a point, and then it leads to this. Had a wee break here as well, which is perfect. And now up over towards Lough Tay and the JB Malone Memorial. Feeling good. And I got my jazzy shirt on. There's our first boardwalk, or bog bridge, which is actually not on Djouce. Djouce, as I like to call it. It's like around the back of Djouce, which I think is going on to White Hill. Oh, I guess I can see that now. Cool. Seen this in so many videos. This is me actually getting my feet on it. JMR tattoo. Come on. Some sunshine. Oh, absolutely beautiful. With the sun out, especially. It's gorgeous. I'm so lucky to actually get that view of Lough Tay. Sorry, it's very, very windy. And here's the memorial to JB Malone, pioneer, founder of the Wicklow Way and the National Trails of Ireland. Respect. It's blowing a gale, but I'm sure you can see how beautiful it is here at Lough Tay. Also known as Guinness Lake, because of the big frothy head on it. And because the estate is owned by the Guinness family. And also the set for Vikings, which I've actually watched and enjoyed. Unlike Game of Thrones. We've arrived at Ballinastoe.
This is gorgeous.
Weather's hot. Just hope there's nothing breakable in the bag. Oh wow, this is a spot. This is a lovely location. There's this thing going on with people putting rocks on rocks. Rocks on rocks. This one's got a rocks and hat. That might become a thing. People put hats on rocks. But it is beautiful. The sunshine. Amazing. We just got out of Ballinastoe Woods, which was lovely actually, even though there's like a conifer plantation type vibes. There's lovely light shining in from the side of it, and there's this beautiful view and section that opens up. That was really nice. We took a wee mini detour to see that, and the views were cracker and the sun was shining. It was like, oh my god. So we're coming out of Ballinastoe now, and it was lovely here, and there's like loads of crickets or grasshoppers, and we actually saw a deer, and the deer went in there somewhere. It was so nice. It was just looking at us for ages. That view's amazing. Bit of forestry track. Well, it's not. So yeah, this bit is forestry track around the side of Lough mountains. So again, it's not going over the top, just skirting around the sides. This is heading up to Oldbridge, up Lough Tay, and then I think it's another three and a bit kilometres to the Brusher's Gap hut. So that's, hopefully we'll get to there. Although Wicklow way camping is temptingly closer. Maybe we'll just fork out some euros and stay in a camping, glamping spot. Play it by ear, as per always. I want to see more deer now. Love seeing deer. Kind of magical. So there is a lot of gravel pounding in this trail, but sometimes the views are just epic anyway. So we made a bit of a wrong turn, but it actually seemed like the actual signs were pointing us in this direction. But we came to this lane with a private slow down thing on it, and we could walk around it. But luckily, the person that owns the land there came up to us and allowed us to walk down the lane, which isn't the official Wicklow way, but it takes us to the same road that we're going to end up on anyway. So because it would otherwise involve going back up a hill that we don't want to go up at this stage. So we've made our way back to the official Wicklow way, but that really thankful that gentleman came up and just explained that we could come down that other trail. So we've done that wee detour and basically saw the same views and all anyway, but it's just gorgeous. And look at the sun, oh my god, this is cracking. Christina switched into sandals because her shoes were wrecking her. I think those gravel trails were giving the old feet a pounding. But what a evening. Although I could smell burgers cooking, and like, as much as I'm a vegan, like, it smelled great. Alright. This is lovely and cool and shady. Feels quite old. like old deciduous woodland. It's very nice. I like it. Not a soul in sight. Not a sinner. Right. I spoke too soon. Made it to Oldbridge. Said 18 something. It's not that old. Very nice. I would give that a 9 out of 10 for river beauty. Yeah, be a good river for otters, kingfishers, all the likes of that. It's lovely. Saw fish jumping. Seen this in so many videos, the wee beehive. Welcome to Oldbridge. I actually checked. Wicklow Way Lodge, fully booked. Wicklow Way camping, fully booked. So we're going to have to get the Brusher's Gap hut. But we've made the decision we're going to head on for, I think, another 40 minutes. Will take us to the Brusher's Gap hut. So, and hopefully this road levels out, because that was a steep fucker. Respect, please. Just to reassure us, still in the right way. Hopefully within 30 minutes we'll be at the Brusher's Gap hut, and hopefully there'll be nobody in there. Fair play, Christina's got her buzz back. It may just be craziness, to be honest. So we have got closer to the Brusher's Gap hut. Not too far to go now, but it was that's been tough. A lot of steep inclines, declines. We're definitely at the end of our energies. I think tomorrow's going to be not a big mile day. We'll just allow our bodies to recover a wee bit. We think we have found the little people, the fairies. Enchanting. So nice. Away with the fairies. Lovely. Thank you, Gura Miyogat. Muchas gracias. Merci beaucoup. And if there's no room on there, you can. That was a grouse. That's my first ever grouse. That was totally accidental. I actually turned the video on just to tell you how much I hate styles now. But that was a grouse, red grouse. First time I've heard one actually, but I know that's what that is. We're very near Brusher's Gap hut. A little bit of colour coming into the sky there. And then we discovered the fairy garden and the trail magic. The trail magic. Where someone's, put a water tap out there for hikers. And just seeing all the people writing thank you on it. But it has been very hard going. But I think in the next minute we'll be at the highest point and very close to Brusher's Gap hut. Oh, absolutely gorgeous, but one of the toughest days hiking in my life. Here is the Brusher's Gap hut. The question is, will there be people out here busted and need to lie down or sit down or find some comfort? Who's going to wait? Is there anybody waiting? There's people. There's people. We have lucked out so much in this trip, just as we arrived at the Brusher's Gap hut, it has started absolutely downpouring, torrential rain. There are some lads camping, but they're camping in the woods just beside the hut, so they're not actually using this. And right now I am so thankful for it. That is extraordinarily heavy rain. And this little hut is a little sanctuary. Thank you, Ando. So this is the setup so far for tonight, and we never know, like other people may turn up that need to use the shelter in a different way, and but it's late. So for now we can't move this. It's freestanding tent. Now we've got it up, we can put the outer on in here and pull it out. And obviously the weather might change, but it does not look like it. And I cannot tell you how thankful to the gods or God or whoever is smiling on us that waited until we got here. And a deep sense of gratitude for these huts and the people that maintain them and look after them. And I can actually relax and enjoy the rain while I'm cooking and making my cups of tea and actually enjoy it. I have to say, I was thinking along the way that this top is one of the weights I would ditch, but I was just on the way up there, was just dreaming about having this on because it is just a hug. And oh my lord, I'm so thankful for it. Could I live without it? Yes, I would have put on my puffy, but just instant coziness. This is the stupidest time of the night to be having coffee, but I need it. And boiling a bag of rice on the go. I also need food.
Should I get up so you're not recording me?
Yeah. No. This wee dude has been visiting the hut all morning from about 5 o'clock. And you could hear his wee wings just go prrr, prrr. So he must forage in the hut, and I half wonder if people feed him. Of course, I go to flip and take a video of the wee bird, and a flipping sparrowhawk just lands right in front of me. Well, just about nearly got it on the post, and then dipped in behind her. Hopefully the wee dude got away, but obviously it's circle of life. But my lord, there's me talking about wildlife and a flipping sparrowhawk just lands right in front of me. Wonder if I can see it. Circle of life, it's a wheel of fortune. Maybe the sparrowhawk was using the distraction of the paparazzi. That's one of the best sightings of sparrowhawk I've seen. It was a male, but it's quite a big male, adult male. My wee mate survived. So there is actually a wee robin. I think robin has been mostly the wee critter that's been flying in and out. This wee bird is got a wee bug in his mouth and is like getting closer and closer. I keep saying he's only like 2 meters away, and it's like only 1 meter away, but then the wee dude that survived the hawk attack was a dunnock, as I thought originally. And the wee dunnock had actually come and just landed here on the edge of the fire pit while the robin was over here with a wee bug in its mouth. This is fantastic. I could just live here. So the crack is, I'm in this. These are my camp clothes. Base layer top, base layer bottoms, warm socks, and they stay clean. They're as clean as they can be. And then you walk in your funky hiking clothes and you put your funky hiking clothes back on the second day. But the treat is having some more nice clothes. So today is my treat day. We're putting on fresh boxers and fresh socks. It's the little things. We in your spot?
Spotted.
It's one of the things about hiking trails like this is you don't take things for granted, like water. You learn that even peaty water, that means you're drinking things or that look not clear. You just take it and are happy that you've got water and can stay hydrated. And having a filter and the water bag, and it's like all part of it. All just meeting basic needs, but you're so grateful for the small things that people take for granted and I take for granted. You just used to turn the tap. But the hut here actually collects rainwater. And there was a massive heavy rain last night. When it comes off the roof, gathers in this. You still have to filter it. So it's obviously coming off the roof, and then there's a tap, and that is such a luxury to have. So it's these little bits of magic that makes such a difference. And another reason why staying here at this hut is just being pretty magical. Like, this is me in my happy place. You know, the dunnocks and the robins are coming right up to us and just foraging around the hut. It's just incredible seeing that sparrowhawk and the views over here, and God, me in my happy place. And the other world that I'll have to return to is a distant. I feel far more detached from it. There's something more basic, simple, honest about this and this way of life. And I know it's something I can't maintain in the long term, otherwise I'd be living off grid. Much needed detachment from the madness. So this is definitely a wee hack. It is cooking the double portion, especially with couscous. It's so quick to cook. Don't even need to cook it, just add hot water and then eat some of it and then stash the rest in your mug. And this mug is a particularly good one for it. GSI Infinity one, because it seals really well. You pop that on, stick it in your bag, and then eat it later, halfway through the morning or the afternoon. That locks down really well, so it's safe. You can stick it in your bag. Food to look forward to, amazing. Right. Brusher's got Robin, like literally at my feet. I think Brusher. I'll call you Brusher. That okay? Brusher? Brusher the Robin? Or Rusher? Rusher the Robin? No, I'll call Brusher. Love that wee chime noise he makes whenever his feet hit the edge of the fire pit. Well done for surviving, mate. This is another hack that I like. It's basically putting my food into my pump sack. Nature hike pump sack. It means I've got a backup if the wee flexi tail pump doesn't work. And I've used this pump sack before, and actually it only takes about 3 or 4 fills of that just to pump up my mat. But it's a nice wee backup, and then I put my foot into that, open that up, squeeze the air out. Keeps it all nice and sealed as well. So far, this is my wee tiny baggie of rubbish that I've accumulated over the past 2 days. I take everything out, filters from smoking that I shouldn't be doing, and toilet paper, the whole load. Nothing is left, apart from my coffee grounds that I threw out there. So, in the end of the day, I didn't actually bring the IKEA pillow of dreams. I could totally have justified it because it's not heavy at all, but it does take up some space in the pack, and then that space can be used for other things. So what I've been doing, and it's worked so well, is actually using my puffy jacket, my high gloss puffy jacket, my Rob Guillaume, my hug jumper, and just using a buff, a neck gaiter. Well, 2 buffs to be honest is the ideal. We could just use the 1, 2 is brilliant, but just wrapping them up. Just tucking everything in. And then the buff holds it all together, and that is a really cozy pillow